to today's episode of Code Compass. I am super duper excited. I mean, as you can see yourself with me today, I have amazing men. I mean, I'm the only lady on set, so I mean, just be sure that be ready for this episode because I have with me on set special people that would be discussing with us and talking to us from different angles and different life experiences. So we'll do something very quick, right? I know you guys, you know where you fit in. So introduce yourself, your name, and then tell us your profession without telling us the exact profession. So let's say I'm an host now. So I'm saying something like, my name is Grace Ayode. So I can use a metaphor, or I can use a simile, or I can use, but I'm not using like the exact word for what I'm doing. So let's have that, then I'll introduce us properly to the audience. So I want to start with, let's have you.
All right, my name is Ajileye Wave. A profession, think of experience.
Experience. You can bring that works.
Think of experience and interactions.
Nice. Experience and interactions.
Wonderful.
Let's have you.
Okay. My name is Richard. I move pixels that create wonderful experience.
Pixels that create wonderful experience. Let's have you, Mr. Tope.
Alright, yeah, I'm Temitope, and I write instructions that computer have to follow.
Alright, let's have you.
1,000 points.
Wow. Okay. My name is Special Anuforo. Hello, wow.
Let's have you, Mr. Samson.
You guys have made it so difficult for me. I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm Samson Oladapo. I bias.
Hi guys, I'm Ibukunoluwa. I create things that I wish exist in the world.
Nice. I mean, I love this. So, in a nutshell, we have 2 product designers, 2 software engineers, and 2 startup founders. It's going to be an exactly one. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I am so glad that we have all of you here. All right. So, let me start with my startup founders here. So how has it been? Let's just have a little info into what you're currently building and how that impacts the world in 1 minute or 2.
How that impacts the world?
Yeah, how that impacts the world.
How?
And I mean, we're doing that as well for software engineers, for product designers. So what you're doing and how it impacts the world of your code, your designs, how does it impact?
Sell It Off impacts the world in many ways. I'm building Sell It Off. Sell It Off is a marketplace for used household items. In essence, we help people who want to sell household items that you've used to connect with people who want to buy them. Right? How it impacts the world? Well, it helps people who don't have the money to buy new things buy them. And the vision, the goal, I would say, is to, at the moment, we're trying to help young people like ourselves set up their homes as fast as possible.
So, Ibukunoluwa Shotubo is the founder of Sell It Off. Let's have you something.
Okay, we are building Alafia. So, how does Alafia impact the world? Just like you said, that Tell about the world in multiple ways. So we also impact the world in multiple ways. Precisely the people we serve and the community. So all we do is we offer community-led microloans to Nigeria's nano businesses. So this is like creating employment opportunities. But mainly, actually, if you are to look at it, these people, they are underserved and they are locked out of, banks or financial services that could help boost their businesses. And when businesses are boosted, it impacts the family, it impacts the community, and at large, it impacts the nation, right? Because governments themselves, they would gain taxes from it that they can use infrastructure development of the nation. So I would say, it impacts the world. in so many ways. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So that was Samson Oladapo, the founder of Alafia. Let's have you.
Okay, so I'm Precious, as you all know, and I am a problem solver. Yeah, so as a software engineer, I feel we are the real magicians, We bring to life, solutions that solve problems that are plaguing humanity, helping their work become better and easier so that they could focus that creative energy on something else. So basically, I help hand off, all those mundane tasks, to software to do so that we can do other creative things with our creative energy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. That is Precious Anuforo, and he is a software engineer. Let's have it.
All right. You already know I'm Temitope. I'm also a software engineer like Precious. Just like Precious have said, we create the magic, right? This is the digital age. And in the digital age, we use softwares to interact with computers, right? And, there was a time, it was the Stone Age, and the way we solve problems then is different from how we solve problems now. So if you have got great ideas, like the entrepreneurs, we are the ones that make it, bring it to market and bring it to life and make it, make people interact with it, basically. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. That was Temitope Okuselu, and he is a software engineer as well. Let's have you, Mr. Richard.
Right. My name is Richard Afahaene.
Thank you.
AR. What that last name? Hashtag AR. I mean, Precious said something that might have started the World War. Real life. It's like a magician. It's a real magician. Come on.
Get to this debate.
I will not fail in design. We are always the magic one. But we will allow them because, literally, design gives software guys direction they follow. Exactly. I agree with you. We'll just, but the impact that product design basically has, from my perspective in the world, is we think about problems and then we solve them, right, digitally. And why this is so important is because we are business focused in the sense that instead of just going directly to code, because we respect the hard work that the software developers actually do, with all due respect, it's a lot of work. But rather than going directly to that, we create something that is more economical and it's cost effective. You can have a prototype for products that you don't have to write all of the code for because it's a lot of hard work. Viewing it, writing it, building, making sure all of those firing of things that keep firing. Yeah. Right. But you could have a design that it takes less effort because there's a lot of thinking that goes into it. But the cost part of it is less, right? Yeah. And then with that, you can actually save business, you can get stuff out there faster, test with users before you come back and actually build what is actually functional that you can now scale. Because with the product, you can't really scale that, but with the software engineering, you can scale that. So both work hand in hand to impact the world.
Thank you so much for that. And that was Richard Afahaene, AAR, and he is the product designer. Let's have you.
All right. My name is Ajileye, and I will not really call myself a product designer.
Okay.
I think I would like to regard myself as a digital bricklayer. Right, an architect. Right.
I was about to mention that even are the engineers, they are the architects of the digital world.
Exactly. So we lay the bricks upon which we later build more. Right. So what we actually do is just to move pixels around, or just add colors and all the things that we do that people think we do. Right. But behind the scenes, there are many things which we do that like bring about the things we can see. Right. The research that goes into it, the structure, understanding the business, part of the product itself. So are the things that we actually do. But I think how that we impact the world is, we translating business problems to solutions. So we can have solve your problems, solutions. So that's how I impact the world.
Wow, thank you so much for that. And that was Wave Ajileye. And like I said, it's in digital. Thank you so much for that. That was such an interesting phase. So we are moving to the next part of this panel interview and session. So I think I want to start with, let's see. Let's start with product designers this time. Okay, so I just want to ask a question. Whoever has the answer, or you could just share it together. So, how can developers Well, first, let me ask. I think you've said a lot about it, right? I mean, everybody has briefly touched on how, developers, especially for like the designers, how they impact the work of designers and how designers vice versa. But I just want, to like touch briefly a bit more on it. Like, as a designer, when do you need a developer? When it gets to you as a developer, when do you need a designer? And as startup founders, when are you thinking, okay, I think I need a developer this time, or I think I need a designer? So when do you get to that stage in your building process? When do you get to that stage? When do you get to that stage? And how do these fields, how do they intersect? How do they come together? To make a company, to make a business, to make a product. So I just want to hear our views on that, right? So let's start.
All right. So I think the journey starts with the founders, right? They are the visionary, they are the one that sees the problems, right? So when they realize a particular problem in a market or an industry, right? So they think of, okay, how exactly can we solve this problem, right? So they turn all of their research, all of that, just try to put it together, then they speak with the designer, right? Because they can only see the problem in terms of the business parts, right? We can have a go deeper to see, we want to begin to make more research into that. So the whole journey starts from the startup founder, then it comes to us as designers, then begin to make our own research as to what exactly can we do to build this product, right? So when we now do our own work, then that pass on to developers. So it starts from founders to designers and then to developers.
Do you agree to that, Mr. Richard?
Yeah, I do. It starts with the visionary. And like you said, it starts with the visionary. And that visionary can be anybody. It can be any discipline, right? And then if it brings it back to us as product designers, I think the other part, building on what he said, is the fact that I'm not thinking that why it's important to bring it back to product design is because of the perspective the product designer uses, right? Because not every problem might need a discussion.
Sure.
Because the founder may want to solve a problem and thinks that the digital is the way, but it may not be. For example, you just want to make a relationship better. You may not necessarily need a digital tool for that. You just need to be present physically for somebody. And that has solved the problem. Right? So what it does when it brings product designer is the product designer can use some of the processes to design thinking. So actually find out what the user's problem is. And when you just find the problem, you know, idea to test what exactly is the solution that is fit for this particular thing. And then building on that, it may now no longer be a linear process. It could be something that's iterative. And I think it's equally great, not necessarily from founder to product designer, then software designer, software developer, but a synchronous software that goes hand in hand. Because we have the experience of designing finish and the developers like, what's going on here? Right?
I mean,
I relate to that.
Do you agree to that as, startup founders, do you agree with what you just said? But, not every problem is a digital solution.
Yeah, that's actually absolutely correct. Okay. And I think, so immediately mentioned that, I started thinking about Lafayette, right? So, because at the moment, we are not building any digital solution or digital for it. So, so this thing now came up in my mind that there is actually tech-enabled products and there is tech-driven products. So there's different things. So tech-enabled is that this thing can actually work without technology. So adding technology to it is just to scale the products to reach more people, right? Or to improve your processes. Or so when it comes to tech-driven, this may be that the products right from start has to be tech, from onset. So, I agree with that. So it starts with the founder, with the visionary, they run research, know what the problem is exactly, comes up with the value position, then, begin to talk to the products.
Mr. Would you agree to that? Or do you have a different perspective?
I was even thinking about something else. As the conversation was going on, something came to my mind that I remember reading recently about Elon Musk. He says designers as product leads, as the people who lead the development of products. So, and the reason is because he believes that design is very important when it comes to building a product that customers would love. And as that was going on, that was just coming up in my mind, and I feel like that's something that I am going to adopt.
All right, so API, what do you think about the conversation around?
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and yes, like they've all said well. They are the architects, we are the bricklayers, we're the one that molds those blocks, right? So, when a founder or any visionary brings a solution to a software engineer, right? The norm or the habit of other software engineers, I don't know, I can't say how many percentage, right? Is to just build it. They don't care whether it scales or not. Just let me build this thing and collect the money, and he goes his way. The repercussions, he deals with it, right? But I don't think that's the way to go, right? So the way to go should be to tell such visionary whether that idea is going to scale as a software. And not every idea should be digitalized. For instance, anybody can just wake up and say, "Oh, I love this app design," or I could create an app that solves XYZ. But when bringing it to a software engineer, the software engineer sees that there is no need for this solution to go digital, and I feel it's a responsibility that they tell such founders so that they don't go, down the rabbit hole of, doing something that, ends up, taking a lot of money and failing at the end. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. So, back to the AI question, I think, when discussing AI the other time. So I would start with you, Chumpa. So do you think AI displaced software developers in this new age and time that we're in? Is there a future for new developers that are starting out and aspiring to be, developers on 2025? What do you think?
Thank you for that question. Do I think AI will replace software engineers?
Yeah.
Okay, let me say it like this. When complexities are intensified, there is a greater demand on knowledge and skill.
Did you hear that? Okay.
So,
break it down.
All right. We're all problem solvers here. Right. Our role in solving problems are different. We are kind of specialized. Yeah, an entrepreneur, startup founder is a problem solver because he's trained to identify problems, look at the options available, and know which ones to embrace as a matter of urgency and importance. We are also problem solvers. Product designers are also problem solvers, right? So we all work together to solve problems. Yeah. However, as times change, complexities intensify. And then there is a greater demand on our knowledge and skill. So AI will not replace us, right? However, there's going to be a demand on our own ability to use AI to solve problems.
To use AI to solve problems.
Yes.
So if you want to start, are you saying I start with AI or how do I, because now you're saying there's a greater level of complexity to this game. Yeah. So is there hope for new beginners, for new developers in that regard?
So when complex times, like I said, although it seems like AI is making things easier, not really. Right? It's easier for the software engineer to use AI. If you are not a software engineer and you go straight into AI, your journey might be somehow if you do not respect the profession. So there is a place of mastering the fundamentals, and you need to define what type of software engineer exactly you want to be, right? The journey of a software engineer is very different. You can use roadmap.sh to know the path, the
step by step.
Yes, yeah, thank you. So, however, you need to understand that the profession, some people started it, right? Ada Lovelace is the lady that started software engineering, that started programming language, right? And it's many years ago, right? However, you can leverage AI to learn the fundamentals. So instead of going straight to telling AI to build an app for you, you can have a conversation with the AI and start understanding the basics, the fundamentals of software engineering, right? So you can speed up your learning journey using AI. So AI is to be used intelligently because in actual fact, AI is as intelligent as you.
AI is as intelligent as you. Mr. Ibukun, as a startup founder, with this new development of AI and all of that, do you still see a need to hire developers when you can just use AI to get the same thing done? Or what do you think?
First of all, a short correction. Ibukun is fine.
right. Noted.
Developers who use AI would replace developers who don't. So that's the difference.
That's right.
AI is an accelerator. What that means is that developers who use AI would have faster results than developers who don't. And what that means is that you become obsolete. So if the new norm is that people churn out MVPs or projects in 1 week, and the old norm is that it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, obviously you're going to become obsolete. People won't need you anymore. Even though your skill is still important, but it won't be needed anymore because you've not evolved with the times. Please forgive me, ask that question again. I want to capture exactly the way you asked.
Yeah, I think you've actually nailed this. How
Would you rather hire?
Yeah. Would I rather hire, say that again?
Yeah, developer or
when I can use AI.
Yeah, like when you can just use AI.
Let me explain it from a personal example. If I have a project, I have a project I'm working on right now with AI.
Okay.
Right, that I'm building right now with AI. I have come to realize that eventually it is either I go into learning some very important fundamentals that I need to upskill. So I have some skill, some development skill, but it's not enough, which means that there are developers who definitely have that. There are more important things as a visionary that I can spend my time doing than being the one, even with AI, than being the one doing the development. Because you will come to realize that there are some fundamentals, there are some protocols, there are some practices that solid developers have that help them build scalable products, that help them build products that can take a lot of traffic, that products that are quality products. Right? So there are those practices, if you don't have them, you have to learn them. But there are many other things as a visionary, as a founder that you need to do, that you don't have time for that. Right? So a time comes where you realize that you actually have to hire someone like that. But so you can't start, like I said, AI is an accelerator. You can start up things and quickly get your MVP out to the world or get it tested. But a time comes when you realize that, okay, before I can move on with this, I need a developer to get into this and put some things in order. So that's how I think that dynamic works these days.
Okay. Let me quickly ask you something. So, as a startup founder, do you think the knowledge, because you talked about having like some level of software development skills. So do you think that in any way help the knowledge of maybe software development or the use of AI? Do you think that helps you as a founder now? As a founder, does it help you, as a person? Does it help you in the way you approach, startup building, business building, all of those things? Does it affect in any way? Or because you mentioned that what you're building currently does not even need like tech in that sense. But do you think it's something you still need to, have a feel of or have an understanding of what it is?
Okay, yeah, interesting question. So I'm also a software engineer, right? So for me, it has helped me. Just to answer the question directly, it has helped me. Because even though we are not building now, right, we are still going to build later. Because I thought about tech enablement, helping us to scale whatever solution we are providing needed now, to scale it to more people. Right. So in our research, trying to, we already know kind of our vision for the products we want to build. There are AI products, there are conversational AI, there are ESSD, So because I am a software engineer, it's kind of like guided me doing those research to know what we want to build. So because I felt myself as a technical startup founder, so and that's because I have a background in software engineering.
All right, thank you so much for that. So I want to ask the question I have with developers: will AI replace product designers, or your jobs are like secured and safe? So whoever wants to go first.
Okay. let me share an experience I had recently. So, my boss gave us a project to work on, right? And then he gave us about a couple of days to work on it. And then, I think a few hours later, if I remember, and he sent us a link as, you should check this out. And when we checked out, exactly like, the design gave us to
Are you serious?
yeah.
Like it was done?
Was not like entirely done, but at least to give kind of to large extent. But then I realized that okay, there's some things I need to correct.
When you say the design, you mean okay, so he gave you guys a
task to work on.
Okay,
right.
they explained what.
Yeah, and this was not like low fidelity.
He wanted to I get what you're saying. When you say, guys, what you're doing is not
Exactly.
He showed you a result from AI.
He didn't mention I was here.
He didn't mention it was AI. Oh, I need it was AI.
right. I mean,
I mean, nobody can do that.
You knew.
Wow.
So I had to begin to some things are not right here. I mean, I can see some traces of AI that some errors are here. So I had to begin to work on all of these things. But I then realized that AI can't take my job. It's going to make my job faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then design relies more on creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think AI is more creative than I am.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Because design is largely on how creative you are. Right. So I also use AI to just make my work faster and generate some copies, just give me kind of roadmap of what I need to do, right? Then my work faster than all of design I still need to do manually. So it makes my work faster because I take my job at least up to what I know.
All right.
So basically AI is a tool of effectiveness.
Yeah.
All right.
Does that help beginners, like somebody that is just starting out as product design? I mean, because it could help you because you're already
Exactly. So you need to understand the basics. Right.
I have something to say.
You need to understand the basics. You cannot also jump to AI, just make up AI to generate designs for you. You need to understand how, because the AI didn't do prototyping. Right, I have to start doing prototyping myself.
Right.
Exactly. So and now we have advanced prototyping on Figma, right? So you have to write pseudo codes. AI cannot do that as a snap. So that's the secured. But for a beginner, they don't know what was that. So they have to go through the fundamentals.
So the basics, I think that's what I keep hearing. Basics is still very, very important.
Let me say that what you are hired for is results. And if you can produce results faster, you become more valuable. You know why? Because if results bring feedback, and feedback leads to iteration, and that iteration is used to improve what you work on. Right? So if someone sees that this guy will bring me faster results, which means that I will get to market faster, I will get feedback from users, then we will improve on it, right? They will most likely hire you over someone who has the fundamentals. The fundamentals are good. It's important to learn them. Someone said something about business outcomes. I think it was Richard that was talking about business outcomes. It's the translation into business outcomes. I know I'm probably talking as a founder right now. It's the foundation into business outcomes that people are looking for. It's not exactly about the skills, really. It's the results that the software development, that the product design brings. If someone can bring that result faster, people will pay attention to them more. The person can later go and fill up the gaps that they have, right? But if they can give results faster, they will pay more attention to them. So that's the issue. That's where that comes in for people who are just coming on. Don't turn a blind eye to these tools. And the truth is that the world will continue to evolve. So the mindset you want to have is, I have to be at the frontier, forefront of these things that are happening so that I don't become obsolete. Right?
Thank you so much for that. All right. So maybe one word or 2 words. Tell me something you think as a product designer that can be learned from a software developer or from a startup or something like that. So software developers, you tell me 1 thing or 2 things that you think should be learned from a product designer or so just like that. So I think I want to start from here this time. We'll be starting from designers all over. So yeah.
I love the structure that software development has there's a structured thinking that they have to things. There's a level of planning that goes into what they are doing before they, well, I mean, for those who know what they are doing though, before they go into, developing. So,
Structured
thinking. And I think designers do the same too, but that's what we learn from.
Developers like designers,
Yeah.
Structured thinking. So what do you think?
Yeah, so for me, I think, I think this would go for, senior software developers. So they have business sense, right? So you want to build maybe a digital product for say 1 million users, right? You need to think about the database, how people go into the database to fetch data. So that business sense, the numbers, how much it will cost, the integrations and all the APIs that you're going to be using on that product. So I appreciate that when it comes to software developers. For designers, it's actually the customer user experience, right? How do you want them to feel when they're engaging or using your products? So I think those are important things to learn from there.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, for me, from the founders, I would say the ability to sell, because as a founder, if you cannot sell, what's your vision to others, then I don't know how well that vision was exactly. Yeah, and then from the designers, I would just say I call it design eye. The ability to look at a product, notice those little, you might not see, but this curve is not accurate. The curve, I use so and so here. I'm like, how did you see it? It looks like the same thing to me. So design eye.
All right.
Yeah.
Take into details.
Yeah, they sure have that. Well, for me, the founders I've met, they have this doggedness, even though they tend to fail at most of the things they do. Where they are not afraid to think up new solutions.
Right.
If the current one is not working. And they're not afraid to look for new ways to solve problems. Right. So they are very dogged. So that's something to learn. Then from designers, design thinking, to stand that empathy that they have to think like their users and say, users don't want to stress themselves to many
Well, you're giving the credit of designers over you guys.
Yeah, basically, design thinking, basically.
All right, thank you so much for that. So let's hear from
Richard,
the most celebrated profession here.
Architect of the digital.
Wow. Yeah, I'll say the consciousness of technical feasibility, and that's for software.
Please, do you want to break it down?
Yeah, I mean, with product designers, especially if you are not widely read, especially if you don't beyond just the screens and beyond what probably you were taught in the book now that you took, or the course that you basically did, and thinking that this blueprint is going to be built by somebody, right? Having that consciousness, because there are things that when they are starting to like, who exactly designed this? Well, they didn't think about the technical accessibility. Probably that small pagination that you thought that we start be firing their API and firing right? And we have very different experience. Right, so that consciousness of those things, and funny enough, those things that it is help to actually make the product better. So low key, they have a product sense that they may not be aware of. So that's a product sense that they may not be aware of. Software developers, and for the founders, I mean, it's definitely going to be the business acumen. I agree with Precious. That ability to sell is something that's quite important.
All right, thank you so much for that. So,
All right, my way, I think for the founders, still on that business acumen, but in terms of how to make revenue, I work with some founders, right? When you're talking with them as regards the product, I ask them, how do you intend to generate revenue? I mean, this is just a bunch of features. There is no particular place where the user is going to click to pay. Right? You don't have ideas everywhere, but there is no particular place where someone has to pay for this product. So how do you exactly want to buy this product? So for the software guys, I think it's patience for me. Because I have to be very, very patient to explain to someone that this beautiful, that will be pixel perfect. Yeah. Right. So having to explain and to walk them through your design, even after I've documented your design, I think to give them moral support. So that's some bees.
Moral support. Wait, that's what we tell us.
Are you saying about yourself?
Patience or answer on the back.
Are you learning from
Because we are the patient ones.
I'm not any patience for them.
Alright.
Oh, I see. All right, thank you so much for that. I mean, I honestly don't want the session to end, but I mean, we have to gradually wrap up. So I have a game here that we'll play, and it's very, very simple. So I read out something. If it sounds like a business thing, just say business.
Okay.
If it sounds like a code thing, just say code.
Okay.
If it sounds like a design thing, just say design. So if code is saying something for design, they're saying code, I mean, that's wrong. I don't know if you get it.
Okay, be asking us.
So if I read something, let's say I say, for instance, let me say, what does MVC stand for? You're not answering that question particularly. You're only texting code. So it's code are the ones that answer. Yeah. So you say code. And you only have we'll have to set the timer. You only have like, what things is too much?
What's that one more in 5 seconds? 5 seconds.
Thank you. 5 seconds.
0.5.
1 second, sorry. All
Are
right.
you going to be going for?
So I just figure out normally.
Okay.
It's not.
And only those that
Yes, so if
applies to them.
You say
Stop.
business. So
Okay.
that's why you're in school. I mean, so that if somebody's like,
Speak for them.
What if business responds well, it's supposed to be product?
and that means they are wrong now.
So how do they, like, what's the penalty?
supposed to.
That's supposed to be.
So I know, so like maybe half with their hair, like half with their hair, or what? Half with their hair, so they hold their hair.
Yes.
So, are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Let's get into some bread.
What does CAC stand for?
Business.
What is UX writing?
No dots.
What is the bar rate?
Business. Design.
Business.
No. I was talking about
Wait.
I'm going to put up a design.
He's design now.
Design. Let's say design.
Okay, but it's still business.
It's not business, though. Let's design.
Let's not. So it's zero, right? So you want to use it.
What is the Stack Overflow?
Code.
What is Code Loop?
Business.
What is API?
Code.
What is pair programming?
Code.
What does LTD mean?
Business.
What is irony in visual design?
Design.
Now, okay, now one this. Okay, I'll stay. What is version control?
Code.
What is an exit strategy?
Every have a control design to do.
Exit strategy.
Business.
Business.
What is the user flow?
Design.
What is the volume ratio used for?
Design.
What is the design sprint?
Design.
The other is.
What is MVP?
Business.
What is churn rate?
Business.
What is product market fit?
Design. Business. Design.
Product market fit.
Business.
Thank you. Okay, what is refactoring?
Code.
Okay. What is mood board?
Design.
Figma.
Design.
RESTful API.
Code.
API.
Business.
Usability testing.
Design.
OOP.
Code.
Validation.
Business.
Runway.
Business.
Memory leak.
Code.
Microcopy.
Design.
Okay. This is interesting. Broad loop.
Business.
Thank you. Asynchronous programming.
Code.
Conducting user interviews.
Design. You should be hard that. So
It's the song. Okay. All right. That's it now. LTD.
Business. Somebody should design this. I'll put in there. I see you're not living here yet. Especially that you.
What is tailwind?
Code.
Pitch deck.
Business. Code.
Power table. Usability testing.
Design.
Above the phone. What does above the phone refer to?
Put the food. It's like, what does that mean? That's the food.
Alright. That's it.
You don't know about the food.
Really?
I'm disappointed. I cannot.
Come on, I think I am calling you design. You don't even have it again.
Okay. Alright, let's do this. Done.
Food.
Welcome back.
Food.
Responsive design.
Design.
Go.
We had things that apply to us, so we design what to do.
Okay. Design sprints.
Design.
Component library.
Design. Even this guy so I was
Not like it. Just go. Let's
design.
go.
Design system.
Design.
They don't have your own. We have our own.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
Exactly.
Alright, freemium.
Business. You're sleeping.
Wait up.
Alright.
We are taking our amenities, guys.
We also have the right thing.
Okay, that's it. Pivoting.
Business.
Then
But you also pivot. I'm not doing business.
I thought I had
You can't join your occupation.
button. Then what's the
What?
Don't worry, you soon pivot. You no longer have founder.
Okay. Last it. Actually, I think we are like almost done. Alright, so let's have this. CICD.
Good.
Moodboard.
Design.
UX writing.
Design.
Choice.
Business.
Product market fit.
Business. No, don't. Before. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
MVC.
Good.
Alright, thank you so much.
Model view control.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I mean, this has been so much fun. I honestly did not want this to end, but before we wrap up, finally, so let us have one advice from each of you to, a product designer starting out, really a software engineer, you are having all of these ideas that you start out, and while you're saying that one thing that can help that product designer, also help them see how, their work interfaces with like everybody else or their journey, how that and what they need to like prepare ahead in that regard.
Where is that from?
Let's start from the middle and then can just go.
devs? Tell us.
Let's start from my people. I mean, everybody's my people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, all my people.
The man is something. Yeah.
All right.
Alright, cinch yourself.
At least we're not selfish.
So, alright, my advice for software engineers that are just starting out is, first of all, understand the basics, master the fundamentals, get a mentor, then put yourself out there. So, 3 things. Yeah.
Okay, for me, I would say be patient with yourself, right? Software engineering is not easy. Even we that have been doing it for some time, they still feel dumb. Sometimes most times, right? That's right. So that's be patient with yourself, right? And then, of course, have a structured way of learning. Yeah, very, very important.
Compass is doing that for you.
Yeah, thank you. Please follow Code Compass.
Yeah.
Don't just watch tutorials, build projects. You learn better, while you build. Tutorial might look like as if you're learning, but trust me, by the time you get dirty, you'll know that okay, this concept needs to be solidified. This is my weak point and all that. So yeah, that's my advice for you. And then of course leverage AI, but please do not copy and paste. The fundamental is very important that it helps solidify your prompts, right? So you don't prompt anyhow, with knowledge of the fundamentals. You prompt from a place of knowledge and not ignorance. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Designers, startup founders.
Right, designers to go.
All right.
So for me, I think it's a community.
Okay.
Right. From when I started out in design, I was a solo designer. I didn't have a community. I was just doing my own courses here and there. What community will do for you is that community helps with your growth, helps with peer review, right? You can easily get advice for people who are in community? Can be to review your design, can get mentors in the community, can you get a job in the community? Right. So community is like the backbone here.
Thank you so much for that.
Okay. I definitely build on from what you said. I mean, the spirit is one.
I mean, Richard loves family, so.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, so you mentioned community, and the angle I was going to take it from was don't do life alone. Right? So don't do life alone. And obviously, the work you do is a subset of life. Right? So it means even your design, your code, beauty business, don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. And if you want to make it more practical in the sense of how you're designing or how you're building, it means, for example, senior dev here, Precious and I, we're currently working together on designing an AI system. So we are not doing it alone. Yeah. What the colleague does is, I mean, and I time to stay up and we're like, we blocked our calendars, at this time we must work. So I'm stretching me, like, we have to do this one, we are running sprint. So it just brings out consciousness of, I'm not doing this alone. I have someone I'm going to give update to, and this person going to make sure that we work on it.
Keep you accountable.
And I only answer the second question that you asked of the impact or how it intersects, right? So if you're working together, it basically means, I'm seeing the feasibility of this phenomenon. I think I've been looking at VS Code more often.
You can't debug now.
How that people that said business being this, I mean, what the design, what we're building, how do sales start?
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. All right, so over to the founders.
Okay, so if you want to build a startup business, there are some different things. So you want to build a business different from building a startup business. So that's some characteristics that are different from just a regular business, right? So, but the first thing would be that what value is this thing that you're putting into the market? What value is creating people, right? Then the next thing you want to ask yourself is that, okay, are they going to pay for it? So you go out test first, right? So test it. I'm sure that people would pay for this thing. So if you can do that, then I just feel that the many other things are just like, just trying to validate the startup. So when you talk about skill, can it scale? Those are the other indicators that you try to look for. Can it scale? What's like the financial model of this thing, right? Then operational efficiency. So basically, can it scale? So in terms of intersection, I would say that you should not be a solo person, just like they said. So know how each of these expertise come into whatever you are building, so that you will be thinking right from start. You'll be thinking about them. Not that you are just solo. Like it affected me when we started, right? So it will be good to reason together with them when you start. Yes.
Thank you so much for that. How about you, Ibukunoluwa? Say 3 things.
3 things. Yeah, people underestimate the importance of a solid reputation. So I would say, as you go, be a person of reputable character. Build solid social capital. Social capital simply means that how much goodwill people have towards you, which simply means that there must have been a lot of investment that you have made in other people before now. So as you are thinking about this, going on this journey, start auditing your character, right? And on top of that, build a personal brand as you go. Tell your story as you go. Why are you doing this? Why did you start? Why are you building what you're building? That's number 1. Number 2, Tocqueville made mention earlier, what he admires in founders and business people is the level of grit and doggedness that we have. And he mentioned that though some of or most of the ideas that we try to build fail, which I think that narrative is going to change very soon, or it's changing already. He said, despite that, we continue. I'm saying that to give an advice. Go and read the biography of Elon Musk, and you would realize the level of spine that you need as a founder to continue with what you're doing, to believe in the mission that you are building. One thing that I have said recently is, come hell, come high water, Senator is going to be built.
Yes, definitely.
I'm saying it, and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the last thing is, it's happening. The last thing is, use AI to your advantage.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we've had that.
We're in an age of acceleration, and you don't want to be left behind. Use AI to your advantage. Don't become dumb by using it, right? But use it to your advantage.
Don't abuse it.
Don't misuse it. Don't abuse it. Don't underuse it.
Use it for a place of knowledge.
But use it to your advantage. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
This has been a wonderful show.
That's
A wonderful time was spent. Thank you so much to everybody, my founders, my software developers, my designers.
Thank you for having us. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.
Richard.